Today I want to talk about, does your credit score really matter? So stay tuned. My name is Jay, and welcome to Ask a Debt Collector, a subsidiary of Clear and Strategic. Now, I've been in the debt collection industry for over 15 years. I've done it all, from management to owning 2 debt collection agencies. For the past 10 years, I've been the go-to guy for friends and family for questions regarding debt and credit, and now I want to be that person for you. If you have any questions, put them down in the comment section. I promise I'll answer those questions. For those of you who are new to this channel, be sure to like and subscribe. Let's go. Be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I am almost at 1,000 people, and that's thanks to every single one of you guys who have subscribed to this YouTube channel, liked any videos, and shared any videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have so much gratitude to each and every one of you guys. Now, for those of you who don't know, for 25 people, I am doing free credit repair for you. If you're interested in getting free credit repair for 6 months through this company, there's a link down below. Be sure to fill that out and sign up. Also, there is a free letter bundle. Anybody who comes to this YouTube channel, clicks the description, you'll get 3 free letters. Won't charge you a cent for it, and hopefully this will help you on your credit journey with regards to building your credit. The 3 letters you'll get is a pay to delete letter, a free cease and desist letter, as well as a Goodwill letter. All that information is down in the description. Be sure to check that out. Also, I have a few digital products, a DIY credit repair product, as well as a inquiry removal product. I am coming with 2 more products. I'll be announcing those probably sometime next week, so stay tuned for that. All this information, all this stuff, whether it's free or you have to purchase it, is to help you out on your credit journey, to help you get to where you're at, to get you in the 700 FICO score, which makes a lot of sense with regards to the topic that I'm going to talk about now, which is, does your credit score really matter? Now, what I want to do is break down the credit score numbers, and I'm going to give you what the meaning behind each one of these numbers are. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, stay tuned and I'll explain exactly what it is. Now, your credit score ranges is basically what I'm going to give you. If you have basically a 579 or lower, it is considered poor credit. So if your credit score is a 579 or lower, it's considered poor credit. What poor credit basically means is that chances are you're not going to get approved for anything that you apply for. You try to go to apartments or anything along those lines, you're not going to get approved for it. If you're trying to get a raise at your job or switch to another position and have to pull a copy of your credit report, if you have a 579 or lower, it is considered poor credit. So if you have that, click my link down below for a free 20-minute consultation, and we can figure out how to take you from there to the 700 Club and get you better credits, therefore saving you a lot of money. Now, what fair credit is considered, a 580 to a 669. That's considered fair credit, which is basically like a C, right? With regards to your credit score. So if you have between a 580 and 669, it's considered fair credit. With these scores, you can get approved for some things you won't get approved for depending on what it is that you do, but you can't get approved for certain stuff. Understand though, this is sort of kind of considered subprime credit. So a lot of times if you do get approved with the FICO score between a 580 and a 669, chances are your interest is going to be high. Now, what is considered good credit? A 670 to a 739. With a 670 to 739, that's considered good credit. And with good credit, obviously you can get approved for a lot of things, you know, especially things like with cars. One of the things that I tell people, I had a client call me and was asking, you know, what are the other FICO scores or what are out there with regards to it? And I think she applied for a car and was approved for a car, and she noticed her score was really high. And she was asking me, you know, the situation. A lot of times with the fair credit and the good credit, you can get approved for a car, right? And it's a lot easier to get approved for a car because they have collateral, which means that if you do default, at least they still have the car to recoup some of their money back. With a house, same situation. That's why your FICO score can be lower with some of these FHA loans, which is the first time home buyer's loan, and your conventional loan where you're only putting 3% down, you can get approved. Why? Because you have an asset. They have an asset and collateral in case you do not pay. They can take that house back, put it into foreclosure, and still get some of their money back. Now, when it comes to credit cards, obviously subprime credit cards and secure credit cards with those lower scores, you can get them. A lot of times if you want prime credit cards and so forth, you're gonna have to have prime credit in order for them to approve you for it with regards to those type of cards. But let's go on further. Very good credit is a 740 to a 799. That's considered very good credit. And typically with that type of FICO score, you'll pretty much get approved for everything. Now understand something, and maybe I'll go into detail on another video. Having a 740 FICO score doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna get approved for everything, because your credit profile, what you have on your credit, will determine a lot of times getting approved for a certain amount of money or getting approved for a certain type of loan or a certain type of credit card. Some people only take prime credit, like a lot of these leases, or if you see on a commercial where they'll finance a car 0% interest rate for 6 years or whatever the circumstances. They want prime credit, some of the best credit. And a lot of times in order to get approved for that is if you have at 800 or above. 800 or above is the best credit that you can have. If if your credit score is at an 800 or above, then that's where a lot of times when you see 0% interest rate on leases and so forth, your credit has to be up that high in order to get approved for a lot of the best things. Now, understand, within the duration of all those credit profiles that I've explained to you guys, the difference between an 800 credit score and a 500 credit score is the difference between those two is getting approved and not getting approved. When you got the middle number range credit scores, like we're saying like a 670, between like let's say a 580 to about a let's say 700 credit score, a lot of times you will get approved for loans with collateral, which is like a car or a house that you have with it. But one of the things you have to understand is if you have an 800 FICO score versus you only have a 700 FICO score, the interest rate a lot of times could be a lot of different depending on what it is that they're approving you for. Because there are a lot of times, you can go through a credit union and they're only willing to give you a low interest rate of like a 3% on a car loan. And then the car dealership may be giving a 0% interest rate, right? And you could have the best interest, you could have the best FICO score or credit score, and still, because of the financial institution that's giving the loans, it depends on what their best interest rate that they're giving on the cars. But the reality is, the better your FICO score is, the less money you're going to pay across the board with regards to getting loans, credit card, revolving debt, and installment debts. I always let everyone know that, because of the mere fact, the better your credit score is, the more money you're going to save, the better interest rates you're going to get on stuff, and the easier your life is going to be, the better zip code you're going to possibly live in, and so on and so forth. That's why the credit score does matter. Credit score does matter. If it didn't matter, they wouldn't give it to you. They wouldn't give those type of guidelines. They wouldn't show it to you. Now, of course, am I going to say that all the credit scores that are being shown and so forth, everybody falls under the same category? No. Lenders sometimes, and underwriter and lenders and companies use different criteria, different scores in order to vet you with regards to giving you a loan. Like if you had a 740 FICO score, but you never got a car loan, you're going to get approved for the car loan. But if you wanted like $100,000, depending on your finances for a car loan, then that's where stuff can weigh in a lot of times. Creditors like to look at your credit profile. They like to see a good credit mix, and they like to see that you've actually had a car loan that you've actually paid off. If you're trying to get a car loan, that you've actually paid off and you haven't had any late payments. That just ups your credit profile and ups your chances of getting approved depending on what your credit profile is. But there are cases where I've seen where someone's had like a 680 FICO score and get approved for something that someone with a 740 FICO score didn't. And all that deals with the credit profile makeup. But does your credit score matter? Yes, it does. And if you're in the 4s, the 5s, or the 6s, 20-minute consultation down below. click the link, sign up, and let's talk. I could give you a great plan, or we can help fix your credit to get you in the 700 club so that way you're saving money on interest and you're living in a better zip code and you are being approved for the credit that you apply for. Now, again, 25 people we're doing free credit repair for, absolutely for free. Click the link down below. Be sure to watch the video. It details what you're supposed to do. One of those things is subscribing to the YouTube channel. If we choose you for the free credit repair and I notice you're not subscribed to the channel, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to bypass your name. So for those of you who have filled out, thank you. Share with your friends and family, and we're gonna get 25 people set up. Now, if you have any questions about debt or credit, put them down in the comment section. I promise I'll answer those questions. And as I always state, you be great.